who's going to be the first Miss Suriya, National Engineering College, Tirunelveli, will deliver her talk. And your time starts now, Miss Suriya.
A proud and goose-bumping afternoon to one and all gathered here. Do not mistake my kindness for weakness. I'm kind to everyone around me, but when someone is unkind to me, weak is not the one what you just remember about me. Can you guess whose voices I'm letting out? The voice of the poor? No. The voice of the people constantly betrayed by the politicians? Yes, exactly. Not the right answer. But the voice of the tortured sex, the voice of the minority sex, the voice of the denied sex. Yes, obviously the voice of the woman who's constantly stamped down in all her ways. I'm S.Suriya here in front of you to present my bold views on the topic women harassment. And let the tale begin with myself. In 1997, an infant was born, ready to face all the denial of the world. Pampered by the parents, blessed by the priest, and was named Surya. Many a times, strangers expected a boy for Surya, and they found me. They hesitated to accept this. They just thought that a boy Surya can never be replaced by a female, and this thought frustrated me. They just imagined me to be a water bubble to be broken down easily in front of their views. But I needed to prove myself to be a pebble to shatter down all their glassy views, which is a barrier for my way of success. Did I ask for any bangles to beautify myself? No. But only an opportunity from the society to entangle all the problems myself. I could never accept the fact of giving a toy for a girl kid and a gun or a sword for a boy. And Sujit ji said that he wanted ande often Mataji it seems. Why? And a Pitaji is not likely to be killed? No. We all know that in the beginning God created man and found that it was not good for him to be alone. I think this made my hip-hop brother to sing, I'm not bad, but just evil. Women were the one who supported him bodily, physically, socially and mentally. This went on and it came to a condition that women were created only to serve him bodily. There were so many leaders who rose up their voices against this brutality, but still, my dear ladies and gentlemen, this harassment has not come to an end. Recently, we could have heard of the young Pakistani girl, Malala, who rose up her voices against women education and brutality. I'm happy that she got a Nobel Award and a Mother Teresa Peace Award. But still, my dear ladies and gentlemen, her first award was the 3 gunshots. I always remember her great words saying, we as the women's sex, we as the denied sex cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. And this made me quench my thirst for my women's freedom. It is said that 1 in 3 girls in developing countries are made as child brides. And some 140 million women have suffered female genital mutilations in a lifetime. Is that, my dear ladies and gentlemen, the women's body has become a battleground and rape a tactic of war? One of the speakers asked, how many women have suffered female genital mutilations in a lifetime? There were nearly thousands of women audience in the crowd, and almost every one of them rose up their hands. This is the condition, the ever pity condition that every woman is facing in her lifetime. A woman who's beaten by her husband should have some place to go with her children to enjoy the S-squared and the S-squared. And that S-squared and S-squared doesn't mean short skirts and sleeveless. I just meant simplicity, safety, security, sanity. And a victim of of violence must have the confidence that when she files a police report, the perpetrator will be punished. And after all sexual harassment is based only on the real material power. It is the society which constantly bombards women with the message that because of her sex, because of a woman's sex, she is considered subordinate. But I would say it is the woman who made so many impossible things to be possible. A man is always a man and a woman is always a woman. Strong enough, bold enough, and nowadays they are becoming wild enough. And a woman is always a woman, polite enough, kind enough, and nowadays, unfortunately, tortured enough. A real man smiles in trouble, gathers strength from distress, and grows brave by reflection. Love plus trust plus the loyal sex makes him a greater man. I do not generalize men because I know loyal men like my father, brothers, respected juries, and the responsible men gathered over here. We all remember the horrible atrocity happened in New Delhi. I asked you all, do we all remember the horrible atrocity happened in New Delhi, friends? Yes, the girl was tortured and she suffered pain as all her 206 bones were crushed together. And one of the arrested culprits said that the girl who was raped was deserved to be raped. The girl who was raped was deserved to be raped, and the reason given by him was she shouldn't have been out on the streets after 9 p.m. And this broke down my limit of patience. Who gave the rights, the liberty, the freedom of woman in the hands of these wild animals? And he also said that a girl is far more responsible for a rape than a boy. Exposing herself is a serious mistake faced by all the girls. One of the medical secretary of the medical education, Dr. Usha Sadasivam, said that the dressing of girls can kindle the aggressive animal behind men. And nowadays the teenage love breakups happen because girls complain. He is telling me not to wear short skirts, sleeveless. And my dear girls, all boys are not the same. If you think there are 100 men running behind Mumaid Khan, I would say there are 1,000 men supporting me to get this youth icon. Is that not, my boys? Yes. But it is also not the same happening in all cases of harassment. A female of age 4 and even 85 is harassed in this crucial world. And what more to say? In one part of the country, people are running in search of devotion for the goddesses. And in the other half, girls are just picked up, used and thrown down as litters. I can see all red chillied faces. Calm down. I would like to share a dialect which went on between a boy, his father, mom and God. One day the boy went to his mom and asked, "Mom, why do you cry so easily for no reason?" His mom said, "Because I am a woman, I do so." The boy didn't understand and he asked again, "Mom, why do you cry so easily?" His mom said, "You will never understand as a boy as your father have never understood all these years." The boy, with the same confusion, went to his dad and asked, "Dad, why does mom seem to cry for no reason?" "All women cry for no reason, causing a lot of trouble to the mankind," was all that his dad could say. The boy was confused. He grew up with the same confusion, why women cry so easily. Finally, he decided to put in a call to God, and when God got back to him, he asked, "God, I have a doubt." "Yes, my son." "God, why does mom seem to cry for no reason?" And God replied, "My dear ladies and gentlemen, when I created woman, I decided that she had to be special in every way. I made her shoulders strong enough to carry the burden of the world, yet I made her arms gentle enough to give comfort. I gave her the inner strength to endure childbirth, yet she may feel the rejection from her own children. I gave her the hardness that allows her to keep going and love her family and friends in spite of all her fatigue, sickness and sufferings. I gave her the strength to love her husband despite his fault. And one of the jury murmuring there, it's all because of the gold diamond necklace I have to buy for her for this Diwali. No, my dear ladies and gentlemen, God said, I fashioned her from his ribs to protect his heart. I also gave her the wisdom to understand that a good husband will never hurt, but still tested her endurances to stand by him in all his difficulties unfetteringly. For all this hard work, I also gave her a tear to shed. It's hers to use whenever she needed. And my boy, whenever you find her crying, show how much you love her. The boy eventually ran down in tears. He understood the love, the benevolent love, the unending love that his mother has showered over him. And my dear ladies and gentlemen, Gandhi once said, to call a woman a weaker sex is the most libel. And when a woman is free to walk in the road without any fear, is the day we have attained the utmost independence. But this attainment is just superficial, just imaginary and just a mirage all these days. And my dear ladies, from today onwards, you should call no man as sir, but instead call them as gentlemen. Sir always represents slave I remain. Or instead, call them in the reverse R-I-S. Respect me and I shall do anything for you. My dear ladies and gentlemen, a woman is like a tea bag. You will never understand how strong she is until she gets into the hot solutions. And the last two final things, one for the boy and one for the girls. Girls, please do not complain men because all men are not the same. One of our former DGP said, Mrs. Thoothukudi said that a proper counseling is needed for men and women to bring about a good mind in their activities and their regular life. She carried it successfully in the year 2002 under the inspection of our Honorable Chief Minister, Ms. J. Jayalalitha. So all of us needed a proper counseling to be held, and my dear boys, match her effort, respect her hustle, value her loyalty, uplift her spirit and love her unconditionally. Thus, my dear ladies and gentlemen, take it a manifold to respect all womankind. Thank you one and all.
Good job, Surya. Let's hear it from the huge panel of jury members as what they have to say about this talk.
Good, Surya.
Thank you, ma'am.
I just have one question for you today. You spoke about women harassment and all that, but can you give 3 practical suggestions to prevent these eve teasing and other harassments that's been happening, right now, like outside colleges, anywhere for that matter?
3 most important things, ma'am.
3 practical suggestions to prevent harassment.
First thing is that counseling is very much needed for all college students and everyone. And rural people also need some counseling so that they'll get to know what women is and what men are. So first thing, counseling is very much needed. As our DGP, former DGP Thoothukudi ma'am said that counseling is first needed. That is to be carried out first. Second thing is that understanding of men by women. And the third thing is that men should understand the consequences and what all the things she faces in her life. Because if a girl something into action, she should take it, this is the fraction to change her reaction about men. She always thinks that he's wrong all the time. It is not that men are wrong all the time, but some instance we should take into consideration that he's also good because he know how other boys treat, make fun of others. So she should also listen to what others say.
But don't you think that points 2 and 3 fall under 1, which goes under counseling?
For counseling,
Girls understanding boys and boys understanding girls?
it is a mutual understanding between both.
Anyway, I'll pass it on to the other.
Hi Surya,
Hi, sir.
ரொம்ப அருமையாக பேசுனீங்க.
Thank you.
மேடை பேச்சு இந்த மேடையோட முடிஞ்சிருமா இல்லை இதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ண போகிறீங்க?
Surely I'll be continuing, sir. Honestly, this is my first stage. I just put in a try and I didn't expect that it will come to a grand, great success.
Surya, I think you've taken my question wrong. நீங்கள் பேசின டாப்பிக்கும்
Oh, I'll implement or not, yes.
how are you going to implement in your future and you're
You-
going to stand with this comments?
I was put into a girls' school and I know more how girls react and all those things. We usually go on for a rally, all those things we go. And from school, I really, obviously, I chose this topic because I really have that intention to do something for women against this harassment. So it is the main thing for what I've chosen this topic.
Okay, good. Best wishes for you. Thank you.
Surya, you were talking about husband beating wife, right? But I think you will agree, movies reflect society, some to a level, right? But no movies are showing husband beating wife, right? It shows other way, right?
It is
So what is your comment on it?
It's one of the rare cases. How long only we'll be getting beating? So we'll give it back. Why we
Very
should
good.
get all the time, sir?
உங்கள் சோகத்தை சொல்லிக்கிறீங்களா சார்?
ICTACT CEO Shivakumar is putting his hand up. He has a fracture in his left hand.
Surya, you did a good job.
Thank you.
For somebody who has come in for the first time, I think, it's very important for you to overcome stage fear, and you did a good job of that. A slightly different perspective from what you were talking about. You began speaking on women harassment. And then I thought the mode slightly digressed to a man versus woman. We live in a global world, right? To me, the different perspective that I have to offer to you, not necessarily a question, is that we're talking about collaborating. We all work with the male gender at the workplace, and I'm taking it to the workplace, where many a time we see that women do not necessarily conduct themselves with the professionalism that is required. So it's about collaborating, taking necessary support from whatever structures you have within an organization, within society, within your own home. So, I would like to sort of make you understand that it's not about a man's world or a woman's world. It's plain and simple about collaborating,
Yes.
living together, and taking the best and, absorbing strength in any given situation from the structure you have around you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா ரொம்ப அழகா பேசுனீங்க மார்னிங். I don't have any questions. அங்க அவங்களுக்கு I don't have any questions, Surya. All I want to tell you, if this was really your first stage, hats off. It was brilliant.
Thank you.
Very, very well done. Right?
So, all the best, Surya.